Alright, so today I'm going to be demonstrating why the backdoor in ElvUI is potentially extremely bad. As per the blog post that's linked here, talking about it, is that arbitrary code execution is nothing to sort of laugh about. And remote arbitrary code execution in security terms is one of the possibly the worst possible bugs you could ever have in software. And to deliberately put that kind of backdoor in your software is extremely irresponsible. Even if you trust the author, if there's a bug that allows somebody else to hijack that add-on, they can do pretty much anything they want on your computer. In WoW terms, it's a lot smaller than that. They can basically do anything an add-on can do. And so when you think about it, what could a malicious add-on author create, it gets kind of scary. So what I have here, as you can see, I have two characters. I have Turtleman, who's going to be sending commands to Daryl, who has, and they both have add-ons that I've built to emulate the backdoor that the author of ElvUI had put into his add-on, which has been removed since, thankfully. So one of the first things I want to show you is simply, hooray tutorials, simply sending something like dismount. I can dismount a character. Daryl's on the same server as me, so I don't need anything special here. And I can send that dismount, and there you go. You have right there, bam. So I targeted Daryl. We're not even in the same group. We're not in the same raid. We happen to be on the same server, but we're not on the same continent. Daryl's in Ashenvale, and Turtleman's in North Star Valley. So that right there tells you, like, if quote unquote you were running my add-on, and I had a backdoor like that, I could target you from anywhere in the world. I don't need to be in your raid. I don't need to be in your group. I don't need to be in your guild. So that's the sort of the first kind of scary thing. Now, I decided that I would just do the typing code because I did build a whole UI because I didn't want to have to type in a bunch of really awkward commands on my end because the code, the code can only be 255 characters, but it does get to be pretty complicated to debug if you try to do something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my list of commands that I can do. I'm going to type Daryl's name in. Now note, if we were CRZ'd or in a raid or something, I could do something like, oh, okay, put in this to communicate and to actually be able to do things to you. Now you can send these commands to somebody specifically. You can send them to your whole guild. You can send them to your raid, LFR, whatever. Those kind of contexts have to be you, but it's still potentially pretty nasty. So there's a bunch of different things I can do. I'm not going to do the disable auctionator, but it does work. You can tell somebody's client on the next time they reload their UI to disable an add-on. We already dismount faction at war. So this is an interesting little thing. It's like Cenarian Circle. I could be at war with them, but I'm not. And when you're at war with a faction, it means that those units will attack you on site and you can attack them. Well, I can be like, bam, faction at war, and oh, look, now I'm at war. So I could, in theory, send you a command to make you at war at all of your factions that are possible. Not every faction you can possibly go at war. I can go add myself to somebody's friends list. Bam. So now I am friends, and I can be like, oh well, that sucks. Let's remove that friend. But you know what? Let's add it again. Whoa! Look at that. It's back. You can change their ignore list. You can change. You can remove friends from the list. It's pretty nasty. I could add somebody else to your friends list. I could start screwing with that as well. If we, in theory, I could make your client force quit. I'm not going to do it now because clearly I'm recording and that'll go away. But it works. I can basically make your WoW client bail. I can delete macros. So let's open up macros here. I have a bajillion. And I have a chicken macro as my first macro. So let's try using delete first macro. Oh, that didn't work. Probably because it's open. Let's try deleting first macro again. Chicken is gone. There we go. Chicken is gone. No more chicken macro. I have deleted somebody's macro. That's pretty nasty. Interestingly enough, I can actually create macros as well and bind them to your hotkeys. So let's, for example, actually, hold on, I'm going to go macro. All right, so these are all my macros. I'm going to create a macro with the button click to sit, cause you to sit, and I'm going to bind it to the 1 key. So, bam, and if I hit 1, I now sit. You can imagine doing something like rebinding somebody's spacebar key and doing something a lot nastier than /sit. Because if we go look at macro now, you can see there's a sit macro in there. And it's bound to the 1 key. Not pretty. What else can we do? Oh, let's see. I have a wrist item. I don't have a wrist item. I just deleted that wrist armor off that character. It's not in their bag. It's not anywhere. It's gone. It's been deleted. Let's see, I can get friend data. This is extremely, extremely bad. So I am going to... You're going to end up seeing a lot of stuff that is just completely blurred out because I don't want to give away my friends list. But, for example, oops, that's the wrong button. For example, I have my friends list. You should see it blurred out. Kind of sucks because it's one of those things where you kind of have to take my word for it. But on this computer, I can actually get that information. And now you can see... didn't quite get everything, so that's good. Well, you can see that I can get a bunch of people's real IDs. Trying to think, because there was a period of time where I could also get their real names, but unknown seems to be happening here, so that's not so good. And then you can see what character they were logged in on last, which is also not good. So at the very least, you can get some information about another party's real ID. So those are some of the things that you can do if you had access to a backdoor like the one that Elv had put in his app. So if you didn't trust him, then even if you trusted the fact that his code was vetted by other people, with having a backdoor like that in there, even if you did trust him, if somebody else got a hand on that backdoor, they could wreak havoc on your character. They can't steal your account. They might be able to get your real ID information. I haven't tried that myself yet, but it might be plausible. But overall, all in all, it's pretty scary. And for those of you who don't think this is a big deal, I think you're wrong, and that's why. Anyways, thanks very much.